Got to give a massive shout out to Preferred Joinery, Liverpool. Check out the link down below. Alex and Chris have done an amazing job. The guys at Preferred Joinery. We've got another 11, 12 windows to come. We've also got a beautiful front door frame. And then also, I've been told, guy 3-4 doors down is actually now having some windows made there as well. What do you think to the glass, mate?
It's nice, isn't it? It's very nice, that is. Yeah.
Look how beautiful they are though, mate. They've made a cracking job of them, haven't they?
Yeah, really light.
Really, really nice. See, you brickies ain't too used to all this power strength that we have to do in today, mate. You know what I mean? You brickies, you have like a couple of ounces of bricks left over there. There's two more corners, guys.
Okay, which end down?
Drop your end down.
Down.
Always your sill down.
Down. I'm down. Okay, that's it.
There we go.
Okay, mate, go on. Right, go on then.
You're supposed to be carrying this, Dave.
I know.
You want me to carry it?
Yeah, I do, mate.
You can take your hand at the back.
Alright, pick. Go on. So yeah, you need to let go, mate.
I'll take it. 1, 2, 3.
That's all I can get. Now what? You're not gonna grab it? No, I can't get behind you.
Yeah, go on.
No, 1 second, 1 second.
Okay, I've got this.
Hey, with this tip.
Yeah, go on.
This tip.
Go on.
This tip, yeah. Right. Push her up if you can, bit by bit.
You just want to slide it?
Yeah, I can't. Because
You got the horns of
there's
this
the
sail.
horns. I just need to lift it bit by bit, P, alright?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, lift. Ready? 1, 2, 3, lift. You alright, yeah. 1, 2, 3, lift.
Right guys, you've just witnessed the momentous occasion of the windows arriving. They were very heavy, but we managed to get them in there. Luckily they're all the ones upstairs now that need to get up there, which is good. So we've only got to struggle and get them on the ground floor next time. But that does mean now that we can step forward, we can get all the windows out upstairs, get the new ones in, get them out of tracking up, get it all insulated and carry on plastering the room. So it is a huge, huge step forward. We've got a bit of prep work to do now before we actually carry on and start installing them. But yeah, it's a good step. We're very happy they're here. Let's do it. Right then guys, so today is another very exciting day. Not only is it the 2nd of December, which means it's nearly Christmas. It's like what, 23 seats till Christmas? What that also means is Will the Roofer's here, and Will likes Christmas, as you can tell. Are you wearing your 25 Days of Christmas jumpers?
Right, for the first one, it's coming on. The children chose this one today, bro.
Yes, yes.
That's what we're going with.
Love it. So Will likes to wear a Christmas jumper every day. It's like basically a different one, isn't it? I think you need to be sponsored by some sort of Christmas jumper place.
Oh, in Primer. They got
Yeah, Primark. Get in touch with Will the Roofer on Instagram, at Will the Roofer. Yes, come on. So right, basically today Will's going to be cracking on getting the alley tricks on here, which is our vapor check, our vapor membrane, which goes on top of the OSB. Once he's done here, then we'll come out, get our insulation on, get our Tungaroo chipboard on, and then he's going to come back and then he's going to do the GRP, which is basically a fiberglass system, which is going to be our finish coated on top of it. And then we are basically fully, well, not fully watertight. We're fully watertight on the roof, but we've still got to get the windows in, which is another thing that we're going to be cracking on with today. Let's get on with it and get it done. Good morning guys. Right, so what you've just seen is Will getting this down, the alley trick. So that was yesterday. This is the morning after the night before. We've just spent now probably a good half hour or so getting this totally dry because we did have a little bit of rain last night. What we're going to do now is get our insulation down. So this is a warm deck roof, so our insulation goes on top of it rather than in between the rafters or the joists. So our installation's got to go on top of this now, and then we need to put our 18mm OSB on top of this. Because we're using a GRP system, what we're going to do is use a tongue and groove OSB. What that does then, that stops us having to put tape joints over all the joints in between the boards. We can just put everything in nicely and it locks in nicely and stops anything lifting up. We're going to get, like I say, get our installation down, get our deck on top of that, fix right through with screws. We've also got to put an upstand on all these upstands of OSB on the top of the parapet there, OSB on the top of our little upstand for our lantern, and then we can make our hole through, which is going to be over there in that corner to take out, so we can put our outlet in there to go into the hopper and get rid of any rainwater which gathers on here. This roof is also going to be taking the water from the roof up there. You can see here we've put our downpipe in this corner, and it's also going to be taken from basically that side of the roof. You can just see it there, that little bit of gutter there, that obviously takes that side of the extension, and a small amount of the roof at the top as well, and that will be coming down here and onto there, and then all the water will just run straight down here then and out that way. The reason we're not running it out through there is because we're going to have a 4-inch pipe running out there, which is taking the soil from the bathroom up there and this toilet here as well, and the pipe then runs underneath the roof and out and down, hence why we can't basically put an outlet in there, because there's already going to be a pipe running down that corner. So yeah, that's it. Just get the installation cut now, and then we can crack on and get it done. Right, let's do it. Right guys, so the installation is all down. We are all good to go. So before we get all our joints taped, there's a few tiny little bits like this, which I'm just going to get some expanding foam in, get all those filled, so we've got a nice solid envelope all the way around. And then yeah, that's it. We can start getting the tape down over all the joints, and then we can get on with our OSB deck on top of this. We're now using Pete's DeWalt. Pete doesn't know this because Pete's not here, but we're just using his nice little battery plunge saw, just because we haven't got any cables then. It's a lot easier up here because it is a bit sketchy working on a roof. We're basically putting our tongue and groove board in. You can see around here what we've done is basically cut some bits of roofing batten which are 25mm thick, and then that can be basically placed around so we can put our boards up to it, and that gives us our perimeter gap then of 25mm as is requested, or as is required to do the GRP roof. So we're just getting these bits cut in now, and then we can do all our upstands, and then we're ready for when Will comes back. As you can probably see, we've knocked some of the render off out here. That's because it's loose. So we're going to be reinstating this with some lime render. What that does mean is where they put the window in and they filled the render in, it's left a bit of a lip here. So what I'm going to do is basically leave this in for now and see. I'm just going to throw a level up here and see, because what that means is when they installed the window, they would have installed it plumb. So they filled that in, which means that this render should, in theory, be plumb. So it's not too far out. So I'm actually going to leave that in. And this side is also fine, so I'm going to leave that in. The window will sit up to that, and obviously we're going to have to repoint down this side when we re-render these reveals. Have a good hoover up, get rid of all the crap, and then we can get the window chucked in. Right, so we've got all the area prepped, we've got all the snots off, we've got the seal sorted, so there's no dust anywhere, nothing in our way whatsoever. So the windows are now here, this is ready to go in. So we've got here, this is your box here for your weights. What we're doing in this instance is we're cutting these horns off here on the top and the bottom. Just makes it easier, because what we're going to do is put some 4x2 in these reveals here, fix those mechanically to the wall, and then we're going to slot the window in and then wedge everything where we need to. So these may get in our way, so that's why we're cutting them off. Get the 4x2 in, and then we can get the window in. Right, let's do it. My very helpful and glamorous assistant Phil has just brought me some 4x2. Thank you, Phil. 4x2 is literally going 4x2 is literally going back to the shop saw to be cut down a bit more. That didn't fit, cut that bit out. Take two. Has now bought me 2 bits of 4x2, which are going to drop straight in. Boom, look at that. All we're doing literally is just lining this, like I said, so we've got something to fix our frame to, and also something to the header. that is the last bit 4x2 in. You can see now what we've done. Line that so we can just slot our window straight in now. We've put some packers on the sill because we know it's going to be up to this height at least. So we can now drop the window in, get it wedged, and then start to get it all levelled and plumbed. That's it, windows in. Nice and easy, job done, let's go home. I wish. Right, so what we've done, we just basically plonked it in there. We put this bit of batten across just to temporarily hold it. And what that does, it's just loosely on there. It just makes sure the window doesn't fall out, but it also enables us to then centralise the window in the opening and also get it plumbed, level, etc, etc, without too much fuss. Just gives us options, we always want options. What we've done now is basically centralise this in the opening, but what we've done is measured it from the outside. So you've obviously got your finished reveals outside. You need to make sure that the reveals or the edges of your frame are the same on either side, otherwise it's going to look a bit dodgy. The render does slightly taper off a little bit in a few places, but overall the measurement, they're accurate, they're even on each side and on the header as well. What we're going to do is get some mechanical fixings at the top of the window, and what we're going to do now is slot a piece of 4x2 in here, fix it to our 4x2 either side, and then fix through the frame into that. So that gives us some nice solid mechanical fixings at the top of the window, as well as all our wedges everywhere else.